What is going on, everyone? This is gonna be my first video with a different team. We are now under GTTC, which is a little different, you know. Some things happen here and there. Not, you know, I don't want to really get too into it, try and create beef, but you know, it is what it is. One of those things, just switch teams. So no bias. I just want to race, you know what I mean? No, you know, no hate towards the other team. Just, it is what it is. But this is our first, you know, trying to get everybody into a league race starting up. We got a decent amount. But we're gonna go ahead, and this is the qualifying procedures that we would like to see in this race. This qualifying procedure is unique. It's confusing at first, but if you write it down and you really like memorize it, it's very, very, very simple. Very, very simple. But what it does is it creates an easy way for people to get a good spot on the grid. You know, these good people, these fast people, they sit there and they practice and practice and practice, and then they get you know, extremely fast times, and then you got your guys that really can't practice that much because you're working or you got kids or whatever the case may be. So it just gives you a chance to have a good spot on the grid. All right, so there it is. We got Crazy Mike. This is our formation lap. So first lap is a formation lap. Let's see. Alright, so we got Crazy Mike, and then we got Gabe, which was from our previous blank paint series with the other team. Alright, and then we have one of our own admins, Cameron Lawson, in the LMP2, Rick Baker in the GT3 class, Ricardo in the GT3 class, myself in the GT3 class, and we got Tim in the GT3 class. We need some GT4 racers. If anybody's willing, just go ahead and message me and we'll get you signed up. I'm potentially gonna go to the GT4 just because we need some GT4 racers. Every class has its own ranking system, and then you have an overall system. So there's two ranking systems. So you don't have to worry about, you know, not doing good overall, because as long as you place well within your class, you're getting points. So it doesn't really matter how fast you are compared to the LMPs. Your overall position in the race, the actual race, does not matter as long as you're placing good within your class. So this is lap number 2, which is your first flying lap. So we're watching Crazy Mike as he's almost done with his lap. So lap number 3 is going to be an in lap. So he's going to refuel for his next flying laps. You get 3 flying laps in this setup, which, like I said, it gives you a good chance to place well in the grid. He comes across the line with a 142.75. Let's see what Cam does. With a 142.20. So that puts him in P1 for the grid so far. That puts Cam in P1. With Rick. Rick coming across the line with a 158.57. Here comes myself. Oh yeah, we had a tussle there. We had a little bump. So I go into the pits to try and fix myself because I was pulling extremely hard, and he was as well. Ricardo was as well. So we got Tim coming across the line with a 157.9. So that puts him in P1 for the GT3 series, for the GT3 class. Same race, but he comes in first GT3 car out of that class. And you'll see how we do it a little bit later. Alright, so this is supposed to be an Inlap for everybody. There we go. We got Mike, Crazy Mike in the pits for some fuel. Pardon me while I have a plantain chip. You grab the fresh set of rubber. All right, so on with the Outlap, and then laps 5 and 6 are flying laps. So 4 is the Outlap, and laps 5 and 6 are flying laps. So you're trying to put down as fast time as you can on lap 5 and 6. Lap 7, you come into the pits, and then you'll see how we do it from there. Here comes Tim into the pits. You see Gabe backed out by accident. He didn't want to screw everybody up and have to restart, so he just said next race. He messaged me and let me know what happened, and honestly, it wasn't his fault. So stuff happens. That's the beauty of internet connection when you're doing this kind of stuff. All right, so we got Crazy Mike. Crazy Mike is on his first flying lap, or second flying lap, I should say. So let's see what he does. And if you notice, I'm not showing the fuel. This is a way, because I start everybody with very low fuel, 25%. And if you notice, I'm not showing it because this is another way to individually do a fuel setup. You can do a lighter fuel load and fuel save if you would like, or you could go, the opposite. You could fill and then, go balls to the wall, whatever you want to do. completely up to you. That's why I like to do it this way, because it gives that versatility to the race. So let's see if he can best his time with that 142.7. Let's see if he can beat that. Coming across that chicane and into the last turn. All right. And we got Crazy Mike coming across the line with a 142.9. He's 24 tenths. Yeah, 24 hundredths. 24 hundredths. Slower, I should say. 2400 slower. And then we got Cam with a 142.15, which he's 500s faster. We got Rick going through the Schumacher S. Looks like what we got going on over here. Oh. All right. Crazy Mike on his second. Let's see what he does. Can he beat his time? 143.4. So his best time was a 142.7, which is stupid fast. Ridiculously fast. And we got Cam with a 142.2. Staying consistent, which is key. If you want to be fast, it doesn't really matter if you're the fastest. It's just consistency. All right, looks like he's gonna best his time. A half a second faster. Let's see what he pulls. Look at that, 1.1 seconds faster than his last his previous run. What does he get? Let's see if he can best his time. A little wiggle right there. And he does. 157.36. Amazing. That's fast. That's ridiculously fast. Okay, we got Tim coming across the line. Tim coming across the line with a 156.24. Jesus. And we got myself coming across the line with a 158 flat. And you see we got people coming into the pits on lap 7. and we're awaiting everybody to come into the pits. So there goes Crazy Mike. That stock Porsche livery. Alright, and then we got Cam Lawson coming into the pits. And if you notice, we're all just chilling in there. You don't select any option, not even no tires. Just set the controller down, set the wheel down, whatever you do, just let it sit. As soon as the computer takes over, just no buttons. Just let it sit until further instruction. And some of you will argue, yeah, your tires are going to get cold doing that. As of right now, you're allowed to change your tires. We're going to implement, you know, once we get a lot of people coming in and we got more than one lobby, you know, more than one lobby with this setup that I'm doing, we're gonna implement more rules, more intricacies to make this more fun, more interesting. That's a pretty intricate livery right there. Jeez. I like it. Looks good. Okay, so at this moment, everybody in this race is on the app because we don't have a spectator as of right now. Nobody was available. So everybody remembers their fastest time out of those 3 flying laps, the 3 hot laps that you get. You're supposed to remember your fastest time, and then we revert to the Facebook Messenger app that we're in, and I'm asking, all right, LMP2, put your times in now. So I'm distinguishing who's faster, and then I'm calling out names. So if I remember correctly, it's Cam. Yep, it's Cam that came out first. So he changed his tires. He's refueling. He's doing his fuel setup that he wants. And he's coming out, and whoever comes out first in the LMP class, it's always going to be the LMP class, obviously, unless we don't have any LMP drivers. So whoever comes out in the LMP class, you come out and you line up outside the pits. until you get everybody that comes out. See, he's trying to give enough room right here. All right, and then we got Crazy Mike that comes out. He's refueling. Refueler guy right there. So he comes out, and Ricardo made an accident because we were all talking on the mic as well, and he misunderstood. He thought we were telling him to come out. All good, man. All good. That's why we're making this video right here, so I can, whenever somebody asks, I can revert them to this video and they can understand exactly what's going on, exactly how to do it. Instead of, you know, just explaining it, they can have a visual. All right, and then here comes Tim. Oh, didn't mean to do that. All right, and then you see me coming out in the distance. And this right here is a formation lap. So right here is your formation lap. You're trying to warm your tires back up. So this is lap 8. I do want to implement a formation lap speed limit. I think that would be pretty cool. Leave a comment in this video down below if you think doing a speed limit during the formation lap would be a good idea. Alright, coming up to the last turn. Slowing up so everybody gets real tight. And as soon as we cross that corner, that last corner, and we turn straight, it's go. It's green light. So we're only gonna do a couple laps here, just because, you know, it's a practice race. It's not for points. So it's a practice race. It's not for points. We just wanted to show everybody how the qualifying system works. it gets pretty interesting. Like for the LMP guys in this race, I should say, it gets pretty interesting because they have traffic, not bumping into their traffic and throwing everybody off, off the course and screwing up their race. How it works is they have to find a hole outside of the race line. So the slower class stays on the race line, and the faster class has to, find the holes. In short, they have to find the holes and find how to get through the traffic. I was in fuel saving mode, trying to I think I was in a 3 or 4 fuel map. But yeah, that's exactly how it works. I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here in the video here, and we will pick up next week, and possibly we will we'll broadcast right from the race itself, potentially. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? You think I should do it like this, or you think I should broadcast it as I'm racing? But on that note, if you like this content, if you like what you see, go ahead, hit that like button, please. Support the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Any constructive criticism would be appreciated. And if you want to participate in this, race, in this series, go ahead and add me on Facebook, or leave a comment here as well, and we'll get you involved. We'll get you on the roster. As you can see, there's only 2 LMP racers. A lot of people are going for GT3. We have no GT4 drivers. We need GT4 drivers more than anything, because it seems like everybody's not intimidated, but they don't want to drive the slower car. But like I said, every class has its own ranking system, has its own point system. And then you have an overall, which you could potentially be higher up than an LMP guy. You know what I mean? As a GT4 driver, you never know. It just depends on you and how good you do. And then we're implementing you get points. Say if I'm a GT3 driver and you're a GT4 driver, and you pass me and you finish the race ahead of me, you get points for that. You get extra points for that. So it's gonna be a fun series. It's definitely gonna be a fun series. So guys, hit that like button, and if you like what you see, consider subscribing, because this series is it's definitely gonna be popular. So all right guys, we will see you next week. We're gonna do the same thing, this same outfit at Dragon Trail Seaside. All right guys, see you next week.